you look at the data, you realize the reason that, for example, the Republican Party is attracting less and less more highly educated voters is because they spend so much time in the academy. And the universities are run at the faculty level, the administration level, usually by liberals, almost entirely, and sometimes by radical liberals, right? Socialists and others. Yeah. And so these students are being indoctrinated instead of educated. So these voices and these opportunities are so critically important just so that they're exposed to the other side. And if we abandon those forums, then we effectively yield that whole marketplace of ideas to one side, and that does not serve the interests of the country.
We continue to hear things about Mike Johnson's belief system that he thinks are positives, but they reveal more than he could imagine. Before, he said man is inherently evil and needs to be restrained by religion, and now, apparently, education is indoctrination. Every time someone makes a note to deny education to anyone, pay attention to what they want to replace it with.
Well, this is fact-checked. It's wrong because it's taken out of context. Like when Joe Biden fell asleep during a live interview on television.
Claimed that he fell asleep. I think that was an edited one, right?
I didn't think it was. It looked pretty live to me with no cuts in it.
Joining us live this morning from New York. Hey, good morning. Wake up.
Yes.
Wake up, wake up.
I can't hear anything.
Okay. This is your wake-up call, Harry.
Is this the video that you were talking about?
Could be, yeah.
Biden falling.
Should I watch it really quick?
Sure. So
this is Washington Post.
So an article there is saying that it was faked, but it looked real, right? I mean, it looked real.
Well, I mean, I definitely wouldn't doubt that it would happen.
This is coming from the party that praised Ron DeSantis for rejecting literal African-American history from being taught in case some students felt discomfort in the truth. So while realists are fighting for reality, many conservatives here are fighting for power and control. And education gets in the way of their brand of conservatism.
And he knows that now the way the parties have flipped over, the more education you have, the more likely you are to vote for a Democrat. So he's pushing all of these young people into universities. They get brainwashed there, and then he wipes their debts for votes. It's really shameful, and the Supreme Court's going to knock it down.
You know, because no one was going off to college until Joe Biden came along, and he forced every high schooler to consider meeting with guidance counselors, going off to university, and getting a job that requires an effing college diploma. Look what Joe Biden has done to America. In reality, though, many students go off to college and get to explore critical thinking skills. They get to question things. They get to have open dialogues from people that they may have never met at home. They're encouraged to research and come to reasoned conclusions for their thoughts, rather than adopting the indoctrination that they may have received at home. And developing those skills as independent thinkers are death blows to a Republican Party that thrives off of less information, where ironclad opinions are given to folks in whatever form self-serving politicians choose. So they attack education and turn reality on its head.
While academics have been obsessed with indoctrinating America's youth, the time has come to reclaim our once great educational institutions from the radical left, and we will do that. When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics. We will then accept applications for new accreditors who will impose real standards on colleges once again and once and for all. These standards will include defending the American tradition and Western civilization, protecting free speech, eliminating wasteful administrative positions that drive up costs incredibly, removing all Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion bureaucrats, offering options for accelerated and low-cost degrees, providing meaningful job placement and career services, and implementing college entrance and exit exams to prove that students are actually learning and getting their money's worth. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
MAGA's opposition to education is based in name-calling, and their solution is, ironically, the kind of propaganda Trump claims to be spread by radicals. One of his educational standards there is defending the American tradition and Western civilization, not analyzing and understanding American tradition and Western civilization, defending it. They've never hidden who their real targets are. And as those targets get smaller and smaller in numbers due to people having access to information like we've never had before, conservatives are trying anything to limit knowledge and education, to hold on to a little bit more power.
We won the evangelicals. We won with young. We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.